This is Moreno Valley Updates for April 13th to April 19th. And if you haven't done your taxes yet, like me, you only got a couple days left. For our driver of the week, we're going with Jesse Wells out in Buckeye. Jesse he's just been doing pedal. Jesse was attached to the Woodland, DC, and then he moved here been a couple of years now.
Something like that.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably been a couple of years now. But I don't think he lived in the Sacramento area. I think he lived closer to maybe Oregon or something like that.
Ooh.
Maybe I could be wrong. But anyway, for new hires, this guy actually started a couple of weeks ago, Andrew Drace up in Albuquerque. He trained, and then he's on the extra board. And then right away he had to fill in for relay, and then had to fill in for pedal driver this week. So he's trial by fire up there.
So welcome to your first week.
Yeah.
Birthdays.
For our birthdays, one today, Jose Parra's birthday. Jose is in Buckeye. And Rigoberto Moreno is on April 17th. So if you see these guys, wish them a happy birthday. Rigoberto Moreno is here in Moreno Valley.
I gave him his present already this morning.
He's what?
I gave Rigo his present.
His present?
He lost his keys, so I had to go look for him, and I found him.
Really? Really?
So that's his birthday present.
For anniversaries, we got April 15th. Jan Yu. Jan is here in Moreno Valley, and he hits 1 year. And out in Eloy, Rodel Islas. April 16th, he's at 20 years. 20
years. Ooh, that's a long time.
I saw him a couple months ago.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. I stopped in Quartzsite, and saw him and Tony.
Martin and all them.
Yeah. Let's go to the weather for Los Angeles. What do we have this week? You didn't even go to LA this week, did you?
No.
Yeah, you just hung around here all week. Looks like 70s towards the end of the week, getting into the 60s. Maybe, what do we got here? A chance of rain Thursday, Friday. That could happen. For Las Vegas, getting warm. So 80s. That was kind of weird. On Friday, high of 63. 24% chance of rain. Might be a little cloudy out there, but basically it's hot already. For Phoenix, hot in the 90s, sunny in the 90s. Looks like a little bit of a chance of rain Friday, Saturday. So it should be a little bit cooler, but yeah, in the 90s during the week. So hydrate. Salt Lake City, looks like coming out of winter, definitely. So they're going to hit some 70s towards the end of the week, back in the 50s. Pretty good chance of rain Thursday, Friday. Looks like it'll be above freezing, though, all those days, so not expecting any snow. For Albuquerque, very windy. Looks like 70s, basically kind of high 70s. Hitting 83 on Thursday, but it's going to be, looks like, pretty windy on Thursday. Mostly affects those relay guys. All right, for injuries and accidents.
So for injuries, we're still going real good on injuries. Haven't had any in quite a while, and none this week. I don't know the exact day, actually. Do you know the exact day count? We know we're at 80. We're at 85 at the start of the week. I had to have surpassed 90 by now.
Yeah, 5 days later. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should have surpassed 90 by now. So made it the full quarter with no injuries. So doing good on that. As for accidents, I had one accident for this week. It was a more straightforward one. It was a guy going down the grapevine. Another big rig had passed him, and pretty much they just collided mirrors. not really much to go over there. The biggest thing is just, make sure, especially on the big hills, make sure you're watching your lane placement as you're picking up more speed going downhill. This driver wasn't excessively speeding or anything like that. The truck that hit us was definitely excessively speeding, but unfortunately you will run into those people once in a while. Try your best to leave as much room as you can, but obviously there's only so much you could do safely.
Yeah, it looked like that other truck had been doing like 80 or something. Really
yeah, he's cooking, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be about it for our accidents, injuries for this week.
Okay, for Smart Drive, what do you got?
For Smart Drive, we had a little bit of a rough week. Actually wasn't too bad on most of our on the road incidents. A lot of them were really just small points that we were losing. So just a reminder for everybody, we lost a lot of points this week on obstructed view of drivers. Don't forget, you can't have the visor down unless you're driving straight into the sun. Then you can have it down. But for the most part, at night, everything like that, when it's dark outside, you can't have the visor down blocking the camera. We lost a lot of points for that actually this week. And just a reminder for guys that they do weight that heavily in Smart Drive because they don't want people doing that. Points wise, it's the equivalent of following less than 1 second or, speeding 15 over the speed limit. So it does get weighted fairly heavily. The other big ones for us were seatbelts. We had a few seatbelts where, just guys forgetting to put them on or guys having them behind their back or guys taking them off early. Or anytime you're on the surface street, you got to have a seatbelt on. Again, those ones are weighted pretty heavily as well. And then cell phones, as I'm sure you know, Steven, we definitely had a little bit of a spike of it in this week. Just remember, guys, a big one was keeping it on guys' laps. Don't keep it on your lap. It still picks it up as a mobile phone possession because you're going to grab it several times as you keep hitting bumps or take turns. So it's got to be mounted or put away. But those were our big events for this week where we lost a fair amount of points.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. What, do you know what we're sitting off the top of your head?
We were sitting at 10 on last week, but it won't recalculate until the end of the week.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep in mind so accidents on the road, like 90% of them are centered around drivers looking at their cell phone. And then the other ones are drivers basically falling asleep. Cell phones and falling asleep at night. These are like the bulk of all truck accidents. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, I want to remind everybody, I did get a few requests in for graduations coming up. We don't want to get in a pinch where suddenly everybody's asking for the, at the last second, oh, I forgot I have this graduation. So if you got something, get it in because they're basically that last 2 weeks of July, it's pretty heavy with graduation. May. There's lots of graduation. So I did get a few. If you got something, get it in. Let's see what we can do. Okay. So, hitting our 90 days on injury-free. So David Flores is going to come over with his setup and do the burritos and quesadillas and I think he's going to do tacos too. Yeah. Tacos.
Nice.
I don't know if he's going to do the tortas though. We'll see. Did you, Tyler, did you talk to David?
Yeah, we just picked a day to go grab all the supplies Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
But
yeah.
Not sure what all the supplies will be. I don't do the cooking.
So, and we want to make sure that we leave a bunch in the driver's room for relay guys. So we'll do that. It reminds me, I need to get like a little. I think Ray might. I was talking to Ray about it. Ray may grab one of those, styrofoam coolers. Just in case it walks off, we don't lose a really expensive one. That reminds me, the tow chain. So I left a tow chain in Buckeye. I got a nice little bag for it and left it there. And gosh darn it, somebody didn't swipe it.
It's gone.
It
lasted a solid 12 hours, though.
So we have to look at it alternate. Looking at maybe get some sort of metal heavy metal locker and sticking out there. And I looked at that one, that picture you had sent me. That one's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd keep searching.
Yeah, maybe something like half that size. But then it would be nice to put a what do you call it? The thing for moving the empty totes around.
What are you talking about, dolly?
Yeah, like a dolly, like the. Is that what you call
hand
those
truck?
things? Hand truck.
Yeah,
That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I guess if we had the big one and be big enough, we could put a hand truck in it. And that would come in. When you're moving the totes around, that would help.
Yeah.
Although moving totes around between the trailers, I used to just use the fifth wheel puller.
Yeah, that too.
Just hook it on the bottom and drag them. But we'll see. Yeah, maybe if we get something big enough, we'll just put a hand truck there too. So the idea being, we lock it up with one of the trailer locks, so everybody would have a key to it, have access to it. It's kind of curious who took that chain. If it was one of our guys or if it was the other trucking companies. But anyway, that's all I have for this week.
Me too.
That's it for me.